China is locking down millions of residents amid its worst COVID-19 outbreak since the start of the pandemic. Almost 1,000 new cases have been recorded in the far northeast of the country amid concerns that a major outbreak in Hong Kong may be spreading across the border in the south. Richard Kimber filed this report from Hong Kong.
The health authorities in China are battling multiple outbreaks of COVID-19 across the country. The vast majority of those are in the far northeast of China, in an area around the city of Jilin. Now that's been under lockdown with mass testing initiatives and temporary isolation facilities being built for a number of days. But there's also significant concern about the south of the country in the province of Guangdong that forms the border between the Chinese mainland and here in Hong Kong. There's been significantly fewer cases recorded down there, but the big concern is that because of the tens of thousands of cases that are still being recorded every day here in Hong Kong, that this outbreak here could start to spread across the border and into the Chinese mainland. The health authorities in China are taking preemptive measures to try to prevent that. They've initiated a mass lockdown of some 17.5 million residents in the main city of Shenzhen in the Guangdong province. That's a big deal economically because Shenzhen is one of the biggest tech hubs and one of the busiest ports in China. Specifically, it's home to the headquarters of some of China's biggest tech companies, including Tencent Holdings and Huawei, and also some of the big manufacturers of key components for products like Apple's iPhone. So major economic implications should there be a bigger outbreak there. Now, the efforts from the Chinese authorities is placing more pressure on the authorities here in Hong Kong to stamp out this continued outbreak here. The government here in Hong Kong says it simply doesn't have the resources and the manpower to initiate the type of lockdown and mass testing initiative that's being put into place so quickly on the Chinese mainland. Here in Hong Kong, there are indeed isolation facilities being built just like on the Chinese mainland, but that has not stopped these tens of thousands of cases from continuing. Just at the end of last week, there were hopes that perhaps the outbreak here had reached a peak, but it's taking longer than health officials were hoping for the daily case numbers to come down, with another 26,000 cases recorded on Monday and some 200 deaths, adding to concerns that the outbreak here in Hong Kong is going to take longer than hoped to bring under control and further implicate potential risks for the Chinese mainland, specifically the area near the border around the city of Shenzhen. Richard Kimber for SABC News.